What if I told you that some of the most unbelievable things you can think of are actually facts? Welcome to the fascinating realm where reality outshines fiction, where the ordinary turns extraordinary, and where the unbelievable becomes believable. In this journey, we'll uncover facts that will leave you astounded, perplexed, and craving for more. Let's dive into the intrigue of unbelievable facts. Our first stop, the world beneath our feet, home to the tiny yet mighty ants. Now it might be hard to grasp, but the total weight of all ants on Earth is roughly equal to the total weight of all humans. Yes, you heard it right. These minuscule creatures, when combined, can rival the weight of humankind. It's a testament to their resilience and sheer numbers, a testament to the power of unity. Now if you think that's mind-boggling, let's take a trip beyond our planet, to the sultry, cloud-covered Venus. Venus, the second closest planet to the Sun, has a peculiar characteristic that is sure to leave you flabbergasted. A day on Venus, the time it takes for the planet to complete one rotation on its axis, is longer than a year on Venus, the time it takes for the planet to orbit the Sun. This means you could celebrate your birthday and the New Year on the same day on Venus. These facts, while unbelievable, are the captivating truths that make our world and beyond a place of endless wonder and fascination. They challenge our perception of the ordinary and compel us to question, to explore, and to understand the extraordinary. So, buckle up, because this is just the beginning. We're on a quest to unravel the mysteries of the universe, one unbelievable fact at a time. If you think these facts are unbelievable, wait until you hear what's next. Now brace yourself as we dive into some of the most disturbing facts you probably didn't know. First up, we've got a birthday bummer. It turns out, you're statistically more likely to die on your birthday than any other day of the year. This shocking fact comes from a study that analyzed over 2 million deaths and found a nearly 14% increase in mortality on birthdays. So while you're blowing out those candles, maybe make a wish for good health. Next, let's talk about food. Over a lifetime, the average person will consume an astonishing 60,000 pounds of food. That's equivalent to 6 elephants. Think about that next time you're digging into dinner. Here's one about the human body that might make your skin crawl. Did you know that at any given moment, there are about 1,000 different species of bacteria living on your skin? These tiny tenants occupy every inch of your skin, from the top of your head to the soles of your feet. Speaking of skin, let's delve into the eerie world of dust. You might think dust is just dirt and grime, right? Well, it's actually a lot more personal than that. A significant portion of the dust in your home is made up of human skin cells. Yes, you heard that right, we're constantly shedding skin, and those discarded cells make up a large part of household dust. Finally, let's end this disturbing fact session on a lighter note. Did you know that you are taller in the morning than at night? This is because the cartilage in our spine compresses throughout the day due to gravity, making us slightly shorter by the day's end. These facts may be disturbing, but they're nothing compared to the weird facts we have in store for you. Scene script. Ready for some truly outlandish facts that will make you question reality? Let's dive right in. Have you ever seen a group of flamingos and wondered what to call them? Well, you might be surprised to know that a gathering of these pink feathery creatures is known as a flamboyance. Yes, you heard it right, a flamboyance of flamingos. It's as if their bright pink feathers weren't flamboyant enough. Moving on to the mysterious depths of the ocean, there's a particular creature that has left scientists baffled. The Turritopsis dohrnii, a species of jellyfish, is biologically immortal. This means that it can revert its cells back to their earliest form and grow anew. So, in theory, it can live forever, barring disease or injury. Now isn't that something you wish you could do when you have a bad hair day? Here's another one. Did you know that bananas are berries, but strawberries are not? According to botanical definitions, a berry is a fruit produced from a single ovary, and bananas fit this description. Meanwhile, strawberries are derived from the part of the plant that holds the ovaries, which technically makes them not berries at all. Quite contrary to what we've always believed, right? And how about this? The shortest war in history lasted just between 38 and 45 minutes. This unusually brief conflict took place between Britain and the Sultanate of Zanzibar on August 27, 1896. The Sultanate's forces were defeated within this short time frame, marking the end of the war. Talk about a quick resolution. Lastly, have you ever wondered why we say "bless you" when someone sneezes? It dates back to the 6th century when Pope Gregory the Great commanded people to say "God bless you" during a sneezing fit to protect them from the bubonic plague. So, something as simple as a polite response to a sneeze has a historical and somewhat eerie origin. Weird, right? But don't go anywhere, we've still got some random facts to share. Scene script. Let's end this fact-filled journey with a flurry of random facts to further broaden your knowledge. Did you know that the shortest war in history was between Britain and Zanzibar on August 27, 1896? Zanzibar surrendered after just 38 to 45 minutes. That's shorter than most TV show episodes. Shifting gears to something a little sweeter, here's a fact that might make you view your breakfast differently. Honey is one of the few foods that never spoils. Archaeologists have found pots of honey in ancient Egyptian tombs that are over 3,000 years old and still perfectly edible. Talk about a food that stands the test of time. Let's take a leap from the ancient world to the realm of technology. You might think that the internet is a massive thing, but did you know that 51% of it is in English? That's right, more than half of the internet's content is in one language. Our next fact takes us to the animal kingdom. The heart of a blue whale is so big that a human could swim through some of its arteries. Imagine that, a heart so large that it could be a swimming pool. Now let's move to something more celestial. Did you know that a day on Venus is longer than a year on Venus? That's right, it takes 243 Earth days for Venus to rotate once on its axis. But it only takes 225 Earth days for Venus to orbit the Sun. And finally, here's a fact about something we all use every day: paper. The word paper comes from the ancient Egyptian word papyrus, which was a plant that was cut into thin strips and pressed together to make a writing surface. And there you have it, a whirlwind tour of some of the most unbelievable, disturbing, weird, and random facts out there. What a journey through the realm of facts we've had today. As we wrap up, let's take a moment to reflect on the intriguing, shocking, absurd, and charming facts we've discovered together. We started our journey with the unbelievable facts, and who could forget the fact that a day on Venus is longer than a year on Earth? It's mind-boggling to think that while we're rotating and revolving, Venus is taking its sweet time, making a year in Earth time pass before it can complete a single day. Then we plunged into the shock of disturbing facts. Remember how we discovered that the beautiful poinsettia plants that adorn our homes during the holiday season can be deadly if ingested by our pets? It's a disturbing fact that reminds us to be cautious, even in the midst of beauty and celebration. We moved on to the absurdity of weird facts, and I'm sure the fact about the octopus having 3 hearts will stick with you. Just imagine, 3 hearts pumping away in one creature. It's as weird as it is fascinating. And finally, we reveled in the charm of random facts. The revelation that a group of flamingos is called a flam. Ever wondered what would happen if you fell into a black hole? Well, let's dive into the unbelievable reality of these cosmic phenomena. Black holes are regions of space where gravity pulls so much that nothing, not even particles or electromagnetic radiation like light, can escape its force. They're like the ultimate vacuum cleaners of the universe, sucking in everything that dares to come too close. Black holes might seem like stuff of science fiction, but they are very real. They're formed when a massive star collapses under its own gravity after its nuclear fuel is exhausted. The star shrinks and shrinks until it becomes a point in space with infinite density, known as a singularity. It's around this point that the black hole forms, an area from which nothing can escape, not even light. This boundary is called the event horizon, and it's the point of no return. Once something crosses the event horizon, it's forever trapped in the black hole's gravitational grip. Now let's get to the really interesting part. Picture this. You're falling into a black hole. What would happen to you? Well, you'd experience something called spaghettification. Yes, you heard that right. It's a real term used in astrophysics. As you fall towards the black hole, the pull of gravity becomes stronger the closer you get. This difference in force is so extreme that you'd be stretched into a long, thin shape, just like a piece of spaghetti. Hence the term spaghettification. And it's not just you, it would happen to anything falling into a black hole. Black holes are fascinating, aren't they? But they're also a little terrifying. The thought of being stretched into a long, thin strand of cosmic spaghetti is not exactly a comforting one. So the next time you're planning a space trip, you might want to steer clear of any black holes. Did you know that your body could be the star of its own horror movie? Now don't let that statement frighten you, because it's actually quite a fascinating process that's happening within us 24/7. Yes, we're talking about the inconceivable human body and its constant cycle of regeneration. Imagine this. Your body is like a bustling city that never sleeps, always on the go, always renewing and replacing. In fact, it's estimated that every single day, about 50 to 70 billion cells in your body die and are replaced by new ones. That's right, billions with a B. If that's not mind-boggling, I don't know what is. let's take a closer look at one specific part of your body: the stomach. Now, the stomach has quite a tough job. It's essentially your body's food processor, breaking down everything you eat and drink into nutrients. To protect itself from the harsh acidic environment it creates to do its job, the stomach lining regenerates every few days. Yep, every few days you get a brand new stomach lining. Talk about self-care. Moving on from the stomach, let's talk skin. We all know that our skin is our body's largest organ, right? But did you know that your skin completely renews itself every few weeks? Amazing, isn't it? All those skincare products we use, and our skin is doing the heavy lifting itself, sloughing off old dead cells and replacing them with shiny new ones. So, the next time you look in the mirror, remember that what you're seeing is a snapshot of a moment in a never-ending cycle of change and renewal. Your body, in its own unassuming way, is a marvel of nature, a masterpiece of biology constantly evolving and adapting. That's right, you're basically a walking, talking, self-repairing machine. Think all cute animals are harmless? Think again. Let's dive into the world where appearances can be dangerously deceptive. A world where the cutest creatures may be your worst nightmare. Yes, we're talking about the animal kingdom, where beauty often masks deadly potential. Take, for instance, the poison dart frog. These tiny creatures are as fascinating as they are deadly. Their vibrant, eye-catching colors are not just for show, they serve as a warning to predators of the lethal poison they carry within. A single poison dart frog carries enough venom to kill 10 grown men. That's right, 10. And there's no known antidote. These frogs get their venom from their diet in the wild, which includes ants and beetles that contain toxic compounds. When threatened, they release this venom from their skin. So, as much as you might want to pick up one of these brightly colored frogs, it's best to admire their beauty from a distance. But it's not just the poison dart frog that's a masked assassin. There's a multitude of adorable animals out there that pack a deadly punch. The slow loris, for instance, looks like a cuddly teddy bear. But did you know it's one of the only venomous mammals on the planet? It has a toxic bite that can cause severe pain and in some cases, even death. Or consider the blue-ringed octopus. Small and brightly colored, they look like they'd be more at home in a child's aquarium than the deep sea, but don't let their size fool you. Their venom is potent enough to paralyze and kill a human in mere minutes. It's a fascinating paradox, isn't it? The very things that make these animals so visually stunning are the same things that make them so deadly. Their vibrant colors and adorable features are nature's way of saying, look, but don't touch. So, the next time you're tempted to pet a cute animal in the wild, you might want to think twice. Ever felt like you're in two places at once? According to quantum physics, you might be. Welcome to the mind-bending world of quantum physics, where reality as we know it gets a little strange. Here, particles don't play by the rules we're used to. They exist in a state known as quantum superposition, where they can be in two places at the same time. Sounds crazy, right? But it's not science fiction, it's science fact. Imagine, if you will, a particle that's like a coin. In the everyday world, a coin is either heads or tails. But in the quantum realm, that coin is both heads and tails at the same time, until you look at it. When you do, it chooses a state, heads or tails. This is the essence of quantum superposition. Now let's take this concept a step further with a famous thought experiment known as Schrödinger's cat. In this scenario, a cat is placed in a box with a radioactive substance that has a 50-50 chance of triggering a deadly mechanism. According to quantum superposition, until the box is opened and the cat's fate is observed, the cat is both alive and dead at the same time. It's only when you open the box that the cat chooses to be either alive or dead. I know it's a lot to wrap your head around, but this is the reality of the quantum world, a place where particles can be here, there, and everywhere until they're observed. It's a place where the normal rules of reality don't apply, where the act of observing can change the outcome. So, the next time you can't find your keys, just remember, according to quantum physics, they might be both lost and found at the same time. Phew! We've covered some pretty mind-blowing facts today. Let's take a moment to recap and let these astonishing truths sink in. We started our journey in the vast expanse of the universe, delving into the unbelievable reality of black holes, these mysterious cosmic phenomena with gravitational pulls so strong that not even light can escape, continue to baffle and fascify us. We learned that if you were to fall into a black hole, you'd be stretched into a long, thin strand, a process whimsically known as spaghettification. From there, we turned our gaze inward to the inconceivable human body. We marveled at the fact that the human body is made up of more bacteria than human cells, a fact that's hard to stomach but true nonetheless. And let's not forget the startling truth about our DNA. If uncoiled, it would stretch from the Earth to the Sun and back, over 600 times. Next, we explored the disturbing truth about cute animals. Those adorable creatures that melt our hearts are not all they seem. We discovered that koalas, for instance, might look harmless, but they have been known to pass on a nasty strain of chlamydia to humans. And let's not forget the venomous shrew and the deadly poison dart frog. Finally, we stepped into the weird world of quantum physics. We learned about the puzzling phenomenon of quantum entanglement, where particles separated by vast distances can affect each other's states instantaneously. We also discovered that, according to quantum mechanics, particles can be in two places at once. Nature holds secrets far more unsettling than any human mind can fathom. Consider the animal kingdom, a realm of bizarre behaviors and deadly tactics. Did you know that the female praying mantis devours her mate while they're still in the throes of copulation? A grim end indeed for the unsuspecting male. And it's not just insects that display such macabre tendencies. The male redback spider willingly sacrifices himself to the female during mating, a ritual that increases his offspring's chances of survival. Then there are the natural phenomena that defy explanation and challenge our understanding of the world. The Bermuda Triangle, a region in the western part of the North Atlantic Ocean, is notorious for the mysterious disappearances of aircraft and ships. Despite countless investigations, the triangle's deadly allure remains an enigma. Let's not forget the ecological mysteries that keep scientists scratching their heads. Take the case of the moving stones of Death Valley, a desert valley in eastern California. These stones, some weighing up to 700 pounds, move across the flat desert floor, leaving long trails behind them. No one has ever seen them in motion, and despite numerous theories, their locomotion is still a mystery. Nature's dark side also stretches to the depths of the ocean, a world that remains largely unexplored. Here in the crushing darkness live creatures far more terrifying than anything you could imagine. The anglerfish, for instance, lures its prey with a glowing bait that hangs from a rod-like appendage on its head. Once within range, it strikes with lightning speed, swallowing its prey whole. And let's not overlook the plants. The Venus flytrap, for example, is a carnivorous plant that traps and digests insects. It lures its victims with a sweet scent, only to snap shut when the unsuspecting prey lands on its leaves. So as you can see, nature isn't just about serene landscapes and cute animals. It's a realm of strange behaviors, deadly phenomena, and unexplained mysteries. Nature in all its beauty possesses a side that can send chills down your spine. The human race, for all its progress, is shrouded in a myriad of disturbing enigmas. Let's take a curious dive into the darker corners of human history. Unearthed from the depths of time, let's consider the practice of head binding among the Mangbetu tribe in Central Africa. The Mangbetu would mold the skulls of their infants, deforming them into elongated shapes. This was seen as a mark of beauty and status, a chilling testament to the lengths humans will go to fit societal norms. Now let's shift our focus to a puzzling psychological phenomenon, the Capgras delusion. This is a disorder where a person believes that a friend, spouse, parent, or other close family member has been replaced by an identical-looking imposter. It's a chilling reminder that our brains, the very vessels of our identity, can betray us, altering our perception of reality. In the realm of societal norms, consider the ancient Roman practice of vomitoriums. Contrary to popular belief, these were not rooms for the purpose of inducing vomiting after overindulging at feasts. Rather, they were passages at amphitheaters to allow crowds to exit rapidly. The misconception is a stark reminder that misinformation can warp our understanding of history and culture. In the realm of medicine, the placebo effect stands as a remarkable enigma. This is the phenomenon where patients show improvement from treatments that have no active ingredients, simply because they believe they are receiving a real treatment. It's a powerful testament to the influence of the mind over the body. Last, but certainly not least, let's delve into the mystery of the dancing plague of 1518. In Strasbourg, France, hundreds of people took to the streets, dancing for days without rest. Many died from heart attacks, strokes, or exhaustion. To this day, no one knows why. These enigmas remind us that humans too are a part of the mysterious universe we inhabit. The cosmos, with its infinite expanse, harbors a plethora of secrets that can boggle the mind. Our journey into the cosmic unknown begins with black holes, these beguiling celestial entities that defy our comprehension. You see, black holes are areas in space where gravity pulls so much that even light can't escape. Their gravity is so strong because matter has been squeezed into a tiny space. This extreme density warps the fabric of space-time, creating a vortex from which nothing escapes. But let's not stop there. What about dark matter? This elusive substance makes up a staggering 85% of the universe, yet we can't see it, touch it, or even comprehend what it might be. It neither emits nor absorbs light or any other electromagnetic radiation, making it incredibly difficult to detect. We only know it exists because of the gravitational effects it has on other cosmic bodies. Now consider neutron stars. These are the remnants of massive stars that have gone supernova, leaving behind a dense, spinning core. They are so dense, in fact, that a single teaspoon of neutron star material would weigh about 1 billion tons on Earth. Imagine that. And lastly, let's delve into the enigma of cosmic rays. These high-energy particles zip through space at nearly the speed of light. Originating from far beyond our galaxy, we're still uncertain of what exactly produces them. They are a constant reminder of the universe's enduring mysteries and the limitations of our knowledge. But perhaps the most tantalizing fact about the cosmos is its sheer size. There are more stars in the observable universe than grains of sand on all the beaches on Earth. Yet we've explored less than 1% of it. The cosmos is a testament to the infinite, a realm of endless possibilities and unanswered questions. As we gaze upon the stars, we are left with more questions than answers. As we reach the end of our journey, we are left with one final, shocking revelation. Imagine a world where everything you perceive, from the smallest speck of dust to the vastness of the universe, is not real. Yes, you heard it right. The most shocking, and perhaps the most bewildering of all dark facts, is the simulation theory. This theory suggests that our reality, as we know it, is nothing more than a sophisticated simulation, a construct created by an advanced civilization, or a superintelligent entity. It's like we are characters in a virtual reality game, oblivious to the fact that our world is a fabricated illusion. This concept isn't just a figment of science fiction. Renowned physicists and philosophers have seriously contemplated this idea. The argument is based on the rapid advancement of technology, specifically in the field of artificial intelligence and virtual reality. If we, as a civilization, are close to creating lifelike simulations, who's to say that a more advanced civilization hasn't already achieved this feat? The implications of this theory are profound and unsettling. It challenges our understanding of existence and reality. If we live in a simulation, what is the nature of our consciousness? Are we free-willed individuals or programmed entities? And if we are simulated beings, who or what is our creator? It's a dark fact that leaves us with more questions than answers. It unsettles us, makes us ponder, and perhaps even doubt our own existence. But isn't that the essence of a mystery? The allure of the unknown? As we conclude our exploration of these dark facts, we are reminded of the infinite mysteries that await us in the shadows of the unknown. Did you know that your body hosts 10 times more bacteria than it has cells? Welcome to our countdown of the top 100 most disturbing facts you've probably never heard. From the strange to the outright eerie, we've compiled an array of facts that are sure to startle your senses. We'll be revealing these in countdown format, building anticipation as we delve deeper into the world of the unknown. Strap in, as we dive into the deep end of bizarre truths that will make your skin crawl. Starting at number 100, have you ever thought about how many insects are in the world? Brace yourself. For every human on Earth, there are about 1 billion bugs. That's a lot of creepy crawlies, isn't it? Moving on to number 99, let's talk about the praying mantis. This seemingly serene creature has a dark secret. After mating, the female often eats the male. Quite the dinner date, wouldn't you agree? At 98, we're delving into the human body. Did you know that a person produces enough saliva in their lifetime to fill 2 swimming pools? Try not to imagine that the next time you take a dip, number 97 might make you squirm. Snails have about 14,000 teeth. Yes, you heard that right. 14,000 tiny chompers on a creature that slow. Now at 96, it's time for a little body horror. The human body hosts 10 times more bacteria cells than human cells. Makes you feel a little less alone, doesn't it? For 95, we're heading back to the insect world. Mosquitoes are the deadliest animals on Earth. They kill more people each year than any other creature, thanks to the diseases they spread. At number 94, we're staying with the bugs. The total weight of all the ants in the world is roughly equal to the total weight of all the humans. It's a strange thought, isn't it? Number 93 takes us back to the human body. The human stomach is so acidic it could dissolve a razor blade. Not that you should try it, of course. Moving on to 92, we're exploring the ocean depths. The pressure at the deepest part of the ocean is equivalent to having 50 jumbo jets piled on top of you. And finally, at number 91, we have a fact about bedbugs. These tiny pests can survive for a year without a meal. Talk about a long-term lurker. Don't relax yet, we're just scratching the surface. On we go to our next set of disturbing facts. Ready for more? At number 90, we have a fact about space that will make you feel incredibly small. There are more stars in the universe than grains of sand on all the beaches on Earth. Yes, you heard that right. Stars, not planets, not galaxies, but stars. It's a humbling fact that truly highlights our minuscule place in the cosmos. Moving on to number 89, let's dive into a chilling historical event. Did you know that during the 17th century in England, it was more dangerous to be a baker than a soldier? If a baker was found guilty of making underweight loaves, they could be drawn and quartered, a fate far worse than any battlefield. At number 88, we have a weird occurrence in nature. There's a lake in the United States, Lake Hillier, that's naturally pink. And no, it's not because of pollution or some chemical spill. The pink color is due to a type of bacteria that thrives in the lake's salt content. Let's delve into the deep sea for fact number 87. The Mariana Trench, the deepest part of the ocean, is so deep that if you placed Mount Everest at its lowest point, the peak would still be submerged by over a mile of water. That's a depth that could easily hide secrets more terrifying than any horror movie. Fact number 86 takes us back to space. There's a giant cloud of alcohol floating in space that's over 1,000 times the diameter of our solar system. It's mostly methanol, so it's not exactly the kind of stuff you'd want in your cocktail, but it's still a staggering thought. For number 85, we have another historical tidbit. The Great Fire of London in 1666, which destroyed much of the city, was started by a small flame in a bakery. It seems bakeries were quite dangerous places back then. And finally, wrapping up this set with fact number 81, we have a creepy natural phenomenon. There's a type of fungus, cordyceps, that can take over the brains of insects and control them, essentially turning them into zombies. Still with us? Good, because we're about to get even more unsettling. Kicking off our next segment at number 80, we've got a fact about your very own body that might just make you squirm. Did you know that the human body is home to over 10,000 different species of bacteria, and that's just on the inside? Let's not even get started on what's crawling around on your skin. Coming in at number 79, let's delve into the mind. Research shows that the human brain operates on just about 20 watts of power. That's less than the light bulb in your fridge. Makes you wonder, doesn't it? At number 78, we're dipping our toes into the world of strange phenomena. Ever heard of ball lightning? It's a rare form of lightning that takes on the shape of a glowing orb and can linger for much longer than a typical lightning bolt. Spooky, right? For number 77, we're back to the body. Ever noticed how your stomach growls when you're hungry? Well, that sound is actually caused by the movement of gas and fluid in your intestines. Comforting, isn't it? At number 76, it's time for another mind bender. It's estimated that the human mind has the capacity to store approximately 1 quadrillion pieces of information. That's a 1 with 15 zeros, folks. Moving on to number 75, we have a fact about nature that's sure to send a shiver down your spine. There's a fungus out there that can control the minds of ants, forcing them to climb up plants and attach themselves there until they die. And at number 74, we're back to the human body. Did you know that your body contains enough iron to make a 3-inch long nail? Now for number 73, let's talk about sleep. Did you know that sleep paralysis, a state where you're awake but can't move, is a common phenomenon? And at number 72, another haunting fact about nature. There are plants that eat animals. Yes, you heard it right. Carnivorous plants that trap and digest insects and even small mammals. Finally, at number 71, we're ending this segment with a chilling fact about the human mind. It's capable of creating memories of events that never actually happened. False memories, they're called. We're getting closer to our top disturbing fact. Are you ready to continue? At number 70, we delve into the world of microorganisms that share your body. Did you know for every human cell in your body there are about 10 non-human cells? These guests are mostly harmless bacteria, but it's a bit unsettling to think we're more bacteria than human, isn't it? Moving on to 69. Here's a strange world record for you. The most tattoos received in 24 hours by a single person. The record is held by James Llewellyn, who endured 801 tattoos in one day. Talk about a pain tolerance. At 68, we have another record, this time for the longest fingernails ever on a pair of hands. Lee Redmond of the United States hasn't cut her nails since 1979. and they've grown to a total length of 28 feet, 4.5 inches. That's longer than a London bus. Fact 67 takes us to the bizarre world of sleep. Did you know that humans are the only mammals that willingly delay sleep? It seems we value our Netflix binges more than a good night's rest. 66 brings us back to the micro world. The human mouth is home to more bacteria than there are people on Earth. In fact, there are hundreds of billions of bacteria in your mouth right now. You're never truly alone, are you? At 65, we have a chilling fact about the human body. If all the DNA in your body was unwound and linked together, it would reach to the sun and back over 600 times. Our bodies are a universe of their own. Fact 64 is about spiders. On average, you're never more than 10 feet away from a spider. They're everywhere, from the corners of your room to the depths of your shoes. Number 63 is a peculiar occurrence in nature. Lightning strikes the earth about 100 times every second. That's roughly 8 million times a day. At 62, we have a fact about the universe. There are more stars in space than grains of sand on every beach on Earth. Closing our segment at 61, did you know that an average cloud weighs about 1.1 million pounds? That's like 100 elephants floating in the sky. We're halfway through our countdown and it only gets stranger from here. We've made it through some truly disturbing facts, but now it's time to revisit the top 5 that really made our skin crawl. Starting at number 5, we discussed the chilling reality of the brain-eating amoeba, Naegleria fowleri. This microscopic terror lurks in warm fresh water and can lead to a deadly infection. The added twist? There's no known cure. At number 4, we delved into the unsettling world of parasitic wasps. These creatures lay their eggs inside other insects, turning them into living nurseries. The larvae then eat their way out. It's nature's own horror show. Coming in third, we recalled the haunting fact about the human body decomposing 4 times faster in water than on land. It's a grim reminder of our own mortality and the transience of life. Our runner-up was the unnerving truth about the number of bacteria living on our bodies. With the ratio being 10:1 for every human cell, there are 10 bacterial cells. It's a creepy thought, isn't it? And finally, our number 1 disturbing fact, the existence of the zombie fungus. This parasitic fungus takes over the minds of ants, forcing them to climb to high points before bursting out of their heads to spread its spores. It's a real-life nightmare. Do you know that an octopus has 3 hearts? Yes, you heard it right, 3 hearts. But that's just the beginning. Let's dive into a sea of random facts that are bound to blow your mind. Picture this. A day on Venus is longer than a year on Earth. Sounds bizarre, right? Well, that's because Venus takes 243 Earth days to rotate on its axis, but only 225 days to orbit the Sun. While we're talking about space, did you know that there's a floating water reservoir in space that is equivalent to 140 trillion times all the water in the world's oceans? Yes, space is not as dry as you might think. Let's come back to Earth for a moment. Did you know that honey never spoils? Archaeologists have found pots of honey in ancient Egyptian tombs that are over 3,000 years old and still perfectly edible. Moving to the world of creatures, it might surprise you to learn that a snail can sleep for up to 3 years. Talk about a long nap. And speaking of animals, a single cow produces enough methane gas in a day to fill about 450-liter bottles. Let's dive into history now. Do you know why pirates wore eye patches? It wasn't always because they lost an eye. They wore them to ensure that one eye was always adjusted to the darkness, allowing them to see in the dim light below deck. Science has some mind-boggling facts too. For instance, if you unraveled all the DNA in your body, it would stretch about 10 billion miles, which is from Earth to Pluto and back. Last but not least, here's a fun fact. Bananas are berries, but strawberries aren't. Surprised? Well, that's the magic of botany for you. And those were just the random facts. Can you believe it? Now, let's dive into the world of some truly unbelievable facts that are actually true. Imagine being in space and smelling a steak sizzling on the grill. Astronauts have reported that space has a distinct scent, similar to seared steak or hot metal. Our universe has a culinary flair, it seems. Speaking of space, did you know that there's a planet where it rains glass? Yes, you heard that right. On HD 189733b, a gas giant over 63 light-years away from us, the weather forecast includes glass rain at 7,000 kilometers per hour. Talk about a stormy day. Back to our home planet, let's talk about the heart. The human heart is an incredible machine. It's so powerful that it can squirt blood a distance of 30 feet. Now that's a pump. Let's take a moment to appreciate our lungs. They're so large that they could cover a tennis court if they were laid out flat. That's a lot of breathing space. If you think our bodies are impressive, consider the humble octopus. This 8-armed creature has 3 hearts. Yes, 3. One pumps blood around the body, and the other 2 pump it to the gills. Beat that, human heart. Do you remember your dreams? Well, even if you don't, you're dreaming plenty. In fact, if you live to be 75, you'll have spent about 6 years of your life dreaming. That's a lot of adventures in dreamland. Ever wondered why bananas are curved? They grow towards the sun, a process called negative geotropism. So their distinct shape is all thanks to the sun. Did you know that a polar bear's fur isn't white? It's actually transparent. The fur only appears white because it reflects visible light. Lastly, let's talk about snails. They can sleep for up to 3 years. Now, that's a snooze button we all could use. I bet you didn't see some of those coming. But wait, there's more. Scene script. Are you ready to delve into some facts that might just give you the creeps? Well, here we go. Did you know that you're never more than 10 feet away from a spider, no matter where you are? Or that an average person will swallow 8 spiders in their sleep during their lifetime? Spiders, it seems, are more a part of our lives than we'd like to admit. Let's shift gears to diseases. You might be aware of the Black Death that wiped out millions in the 14th century, but did you know there's a modern version of the plague still in existence today? Yes, the bubonic plague is not entirely extinct. In fact, there are between 1 and 17 cases in the United States each year. Speaking of diseases, consider this. The deadliest creature on Earth is not the shark, bear, or any other large predator. It's actually the mosquito. These tiny insects are responsible for killing more humans than any other creature by transmitting diseases like malaria. Moving on to historical events, it's disturbing to know that during the reign of Genghis Khan, the Mongol leader and his army reportedly wiped out a staggering 11% of the world's population. That's equivalent to wiping out the entire population of Europe today. Have you ever heard of the dancing plague of 1518? It was a case where around 400 people danced uncontrollably for days on end in Strasbourg, France. Many of them danced until they dropped dead from heart attacks, strokes, or exhaustion. The cause of this bizarre event remains unknown. Finally, think about this. Every minute, 24 hours of video is uploaded to YouTube. This means it's virtually impossible to watch everything on the platform. You'd need several lifetimes to do so. Feeling a bit unsettled? Well, hold on to your seats because we're not done yet. Scene script. Who's up for some weird facts that will make you question everything? Let's dive right in. Did you know that an octopus has 3 hearts? Yes, 3. 2 pump blood to the gills, while the third pumps it to the rest of the body. Moving on to the world of colors, strawberries aren't actually berries, but bananas are. Also, carrots were originally purple before the 17th century. Now that's a colorful twist. Here's another one. Humans and giraffes have the same number of neck vertebrae. Yes, despite their long necks, giraffes only have 7 neck vertebrae, the same as humans. Ever heard of the loneliest creature on Earth? It's a whale, known as the 52 Hertz whale, because it communicates at a frequency no other whale can understand. Next, let's talk about the human body. The acid in your stomach is so powerful, it could dissolve a razor blade. But don't try this at home. Now, on to the mysterious world of dreams. Did you know that you can't read while dreaming or tell the time? If you ever find yourself unsure if you're dreaming or not, try reading a book or looking at a clock. In the world of insects, did you know that a mosquito has 47 teeth? And yet they're still not as annoying as the buzzing sound they make. Here's a weird fact from history. The shortest war in history was between Britain and Zanzibar on August 27, 1896. Zanzibar surrendered after 38 minutes. And finally, a fun fact about space. If 2 pieces of the same type of metal touch in space, they will bond and be permanently stuck together. This is known as cold welding. And there you have it, a whirlwind tour of 100 unbelievable, random, disturbing, and weird facts. Which one surprised you the most? Did you ever wonder why pirates wore eye patches? It wasn't because they all had injured eyes, but rather to keep one eye adapted to night vision for fighting below deck. Clever, right? Now let's hop over to the world of science. Did you know that a day on Venus is longer than a year on Venus? Confused? Well, it takes Venus 243 Earth days to rotate on its axis, making a Venusian day, but it orbits the Sun in just 225 Earth days. So, a year on Venus is shorter than a day. Talk about a topsy-turvy world. And to wrap up our random facts, here's a quirky one from the world of nature. A single strand of spider silk is thinner than a human hair. but also 5 times stronger than steel of the same width. Imagine that. Now that we've whetted your appetite, let's dive deeper into some truly unbelievable facts. So stick around, because we're just getting started on this roller coaster ride of knowledge. Prepare to be amazed as we delve into some truly unbelievable facts that are, nonetheless, absolutely true. Let's kick off with an astronomical anomaly. You might think the sun is yellow, but it's actually white. Yes, you heard that right. Our sun appears yellow to us because our atmosphere scatters higher frequency blue and green light. But in space, the sun would look white. Next up, a mind-boggling fact about the animal kingdom. Did you know that a shrimp's heart is located in its head? Well, it's true. This peculiar design is just one of the many wonders of nature's blueprint. Moving on to a fascinating fact about our own bodies. It might surprise you to know that humans share 50% of their DNA with bananas. It sounds like something from a science fiction novel, but it is indeed a fact. This just goes to show how interconnected all life on Earth really is. Now let's shift gears to a truly incredible historical fact. The Great Pyramid of Giza was built over 4,000 years ago, yet it held the title of the tallest man-made structure for an astonishing 3,800 years. It wasn't until the completion of Lincoln Cathedral in England in the 14th century that the Great Pyramid was finally dethroned. Lastly, let's dive into a fact about our planet that's sure to blow your mind. The Pacific Ocean is so large that it contains more water than all the Earth's landmass combined. Yes, you heard that right. If you were to take all the land on Earth, including the mountains and valleys, and put it into the Pacific Ocean, it would still have room to spare. Aren't these facts just mind-blowing? But hold on, we're just getting started. Ready for a dose of the bizarre and disturbing? Let's explore some facts that might just give you the creeps. First, let's delve into the realm of crime. Did you know that in the United States a car is stolen every 44 seconds? That's right. While you're watching this video, dozens of cars are being swiped across the country. Talk about a disturbing reality. Next, let's discuss something that's a bit more personal: your body. You might not be aware of this, but there are more bacteria in your mouth right now than there are people on Earth. Don't believe it? Well, the average human mouth is home to over 7 billion bacteria. So the next time you skip brushing your teeth, remember you're hosting a bustling bacterial metropolis. Now let's shift gears to history. During the time of ancient Rome, it was common practice to use urine as mouthwash. Yes, you heard that right. The Romans believed that the ammonia in urine would help to whiten their teeth. So, next time you're feeling bad about your morning breath, just remember that things could be a lot worse. What about an unsettling fact from the world of nature? Consider the humble honeybee. You probably know that these diligent insects are vital to our ecosystem. But did you know that when a honeybee stings, it dies? That's because their stingers are barbed and stick into the skin, ripping out their abdomen when they fly away. It's a one-shot defense mechanism that costs them their lives. And finally, let's visit the world of psychology. Have you ever heard of the bystander effect? This disturbing phenomenon suggests that individuals are less likely to offer help to a victim when other people are present. The more people around, the less likely any one person is to step in. It's a chilling comment on human nature, don't you think? Feeling a chill down your spine yet? Don't worry, we're moving on to lighter territories now. From the bizarre to the downright weird, let's explore some facts that will leave you scratching your head in wonder. Did you know that a group of flamingos is called a flamboyance? Yes, you heard it right, a flamboyance. Now isn't that just splendidly peculiar? But hold on, it gets weirder. In the animal kingdom, a group of ferrets is known as a business. Yes, a business of ferrets. Who knew these little furballs were so professional? Now let's take a detour into the realm of the law. In the small town of Devon, Texas, it's illegal to make furniture while you're in your socks. That's right, folks, barefoot or booted, that's the only way to build a bookshelf in Devon. Who comes up with these rules? Certainly not the sock manufacturers, I'll tell you that much. And how about a little trip back in time? Did you know that in 17th century Massachusetts, it was considered illegal to celebrate Christmas? Apparently, the puritanical settlers found no room for merriment during the Yuletide season. Quite a contrast to our festive celebrations today, wouldn't you say? Here's another fun fact for you. In ancient Egypt, servants were smeared with honey to attract flies away from the pharaoh. Talk about a sticky situation. I guess it's one way to ensure job security. And finally, let's delve into the world of science. Consider this. If you could fold a piece of paper 42 times, it would reach the moon. Sounds impossible, right? but it's based on the principle of exponential growth. Of course, in reality, you couldn't fold a paper more than 7 or 8 times, but it's a fascinating concept to ponder. So there you have it, a whirlwind tour of the wonderfully weird facts that make our world so interesting. From flamboyant flamingos and professional ferrets to honey-coated servants and moon-reaching paper folds, it's clear that our world is full of delightful oddities. Isn't our world wonderfully weird? But we're not done yet. Let's take a quick recap. Let's take a moment to revisit some of the most fascinating facts we've covered today. We started our journey with some eyebrow-raising revelations in our Did You Know segment. Remember when we unveiled the shocking fact that you are more likely to be bitten by another human than by a shark? Or the time we revealed that the average person will spend 6 months of their life waiting for red traffic lights to turn green? Those facts certainly put everyday life into a new perspective, didn't they? Moving on to our unbelievable but true segment, we delved into the realm of the seemingly impossible. The fact that a day on Venus is longer than a year on Earth was a true mind-bender. And let's not forget about the astounding reality that a cloud can weigh more than 1,000,000 pounds. It's hard to believe, but it's all backed by science. In the A Disturbing Reality segment, we confronted some uncomfortable truths. We learned that by the time you reach 70, your heart will have beaten 2.5 billion times. And we also discovered that the average office desk has 400 times more bacteria than a toilet seat. Unsettling but fascinating nonetheless. Then we ventured into the realm of the peculiar in The Weird and the Wonderful. We found out that a snail can sleep for 3 years straight, and that there are more fake flamingos in the world than real ones. In the heart of the Amazon, there exists a tribe known as the Sentinelese, who have had almost no contact with the outside world for over 60,000 years. They fiercely guard their isolation, embodying a living mystery, a testament to the enduring enigma of human civilization. Moving on to Fact 99, we delve into the eerie realm of the supernatural. The Bermuda Triangle, a region in the Atlantic Ocean, has been the site of numerous unexplained disappearances of ships and planes, stirring intrigue and speculation. Fact 98 takes us to a chilling chapter in history. In the late 19th century, London was gripped by fear due to the infamous Jack the Ripper, whose identity remains unknown to this day. This serial killer, who brutally murdered at least 5 women, left behind a legacy of terror and unanswered questions. Let's shift gears for Fact 97. Did you know that there are over 1 million species of insects that are still undiscovered? These unseen creatures, lurking in the shadows of our everyday life, add another layer of mystery to our world. Fact 96 draws us into the cosmos. There's a black hole known as Sagittarius A** at the center of our galaxy. It's a voracious cosmic beast, invisible to the naked eye, its existence known only through the chaos it wreaks on nearby stars. For Fact 95, we delve into the world of espionage. The Cold War era spawned an array of secret operations and shadowy figures, many of whom remain shrouded in secrecy. Fact 94 brings us back to Earth. There are over 300 uncontacted tribes around the world. These pockets of humanity continue to live in complete isolation, guarding their ways of life from the modern world. As we approach Fact 93, consider the fact that over 95% of the world's oceans remain unexplored. What secrets lie beneath those dark, icy depths? Fact 92 takes us back in time. The ancient civilization of the Maya left behind a calendar that ended in December 2012, sparking widespread speculation and doomsday theories. Finally, Fact 91. There are more possible iterations of a game of chess than there are atoms in the observable universe. A mind-boggling thought, isn't it? And that's just the tip of the iceberg. Prepare to delve deeper into the unseen darkness. As we peel back the layers of the unknown, we find ourselves in even murkier waters. Fact 90 beckons us to the realm of the bizarre. Did you know that there's a tree in the Amazon rainforest that can walk up to 20 meters a year? That's right, it's called the walking palm, and it quite literally takes a stroll to find sunlight. Next, at 89, we delve into the annals of history. A figure that remains largely forgotten, Edward Mordrake. He was said to have a second face on the back of his head that could neither eat nor speak, but was reported to laugh and cry. A chilling thought indeed. Fact 88 takes us to the depths of the ocean, where the Mariana Trench resides. Deeper than Mount Everest is tall, its bottom is covered in a gooey ooze composed of, among other things, the remains of dead sea creatures. At 87, we encounter a strange scientific finding. The Mpemba effect, where hot water freezes faster than cold water under certain conditions, defies conventional knowledge and continues to baffle scientists. Fact 86 introduces us to a curious case of nature's handiwork. There is a lake in Australia, Lake Hillier, that is naturally pink. The color is permanent and does not alter when taken out of the lake. Sliding down to Fact 85, we have the mysterious Voynich manuscript, a book written in an unknown language or code that no one has been able to decipher. Its purpose and origins remain a tantalizing mystery. Fact 84 brings us to the unsettling fact that there is a fungus, Ophiocordyceps unilateralis, that can take over the mind of an insect and control its actions. Straight out of a horror movie, isn't it? As we reach Fact 83, we learn that there's a place in the Atlantic Ocean, the Sargasso Sea, where seaweed grows in a large, free-floating mass. It's the only sea without a land boundary. Fact 82 reminds us of the uncanny. There's a town in Norway, Rjukan, that uses giant mirrors to reflect sunlight into the town during the winter months when it's in permanent shadow. And finally, at 81, we have the perplexing fact that honey never spoils. Archaeologists have found pots of honey in ancient Egyptian tombs that are over 3,000 years old and still perfectly edible. As we go deeper, the facts get stranger. Brace yourselves, we're about to plunge into the abyss. In the abyss of truth, we uncover the world's most shocking realities. As we continue our countdown of the top 100 dark and unknown facts, we delve into the realm of eerie coincidences and bizarre discoveries. At number 80, we find ourselves amidst an uncanny revelation. Every year, more people are killed by falling coconuts than by sharks. A shocking statistic that flips our fear of the ocean's apex predator on its head. Moving on to number 79, we discover a chilling fact about our own bodies. The human brain, the epicenter of our thoughts and emotions, operates on a mere 20 watts of power. That's less than a dim light bulb. Fact number 78 takes us to the realm of the bizarre. Did you know that the shortest war in history lasted just 40 minutes? It was fought between Britain and Zanzibar in 1896. Number 77 brings us back to nature with a spine-chilling revelation. Octopuses have 3 hearts. Yes, you heard it right, 3 hearts. One pumps blood around the body, while the other 2 pump it to the gills. Fact number 76 uncovers a surprising truth about the universe. There are more trees on Earth than there are stars in the Milky Way. An astonishing fact that underscores the beauty and complexity of our home planet. Diving into number 75, we learn that the Eiffel Tower can be 15 centimeters taller during the summer due to the expansion of the iron on hot days. Fact 74 reveals that honey never spoils. Archaeologists have found pots of honey in ancient Egyptian tombs that are over 3,000 years old and still perfectly edible. Number 73 brings us to a startling revelation. The total weight of all the ants on Earth is greater than the total weight of all the humans. Our 72nd fact is a mystifying one. A single cloud can weigh more than 1,000,000 pounds. And finally, at number 71, we learn that the average person will spend 6 months of their life waiting for red traffic lights to turn green. The abyss of truth is a place full of surprises. But we're not done yet. We have more darkness to uncover. We've now reached the darkest corners of our countdown, where the most unnerving facts reside. At number 70, we delve into the world of unexplained phenomena. The Bermuda Triangle, infamous for its vanishing ships and aircraft, is not the world's only such enigma. Over 10 times larger, the Michigan Triangle also has a history of unaccountable disappearances, and it remains just as mysterious today. 69 takes us to the chilling historical event of the Dancing Plague of 1518. In Strasbourg, France, hundreds of people danced for days without rest, and over a period of about 1 month, some of those affected died of heart attack, stroke, or exhaustion. To this day, the cause remains unknown. Our 68th fact is an unsettling truth about the human body. Did you know that the average person walks past at least 16 murderers in their lifetime? A chilling thought, isn't it? Fact 67 brings us to the realm of the bizarre. In the late 19th century, London was plagued by a mysterious individual known as Spring-Heeled Jack, who was reported to have devil-like appearance and the ability to leap incredible distances. His identity remains a mystery. Fact 66 is a disconcerting reality about our universe. There are more potential iterations of a game of chess than there are atoms in the known universe. It's a mind-boggling concept to grasp. At 65, we have the eerie fact that your cell phone has more computing power than the computers used for the Apollo 11 moon landing. It's staggering to think how far we've come, and yet how much further we still have to go. Creeping in at 64 is the disquieting truth about our own mortality. Every hour the human body produces enough heat to boil half a gallon of water. It's a stark reminder of the energy within us that eventually fades away. Our 63rd fact takes us back to the chilling history of the Salem witch trials, where 19 people were hanged and one was pressed to death over witchcraft accusations. Fact 62 is the disturbing reality of the brain-eating amoeba found in freshwater sources responsible for fatal infections. Finally, at 61, we have the unsolved mystery of the Voynich manuscript, a medieval document written in an unknown language or cipher that has baffled cryptographers for decades. These dark corners hold secrets that can send chills down anyone's spine, but we've still got more to reveal. We're now at the final countdown, where the most shocking and surprising facts await. As we delve into the top 10, we find ourselves in the realm of the truly unbelievable. Did you know that there's a tree species that can walk? Yes, you heard it right. The Socratea exoriza, also known as the walking palm, makes a slow but determined journey towards sunlight, a feat that takes years to accomplish. Our 9th fact is a testament to the resilience of life. The tardigrade, a microscopic creature, is one of the toughest beings on Earth. It can survive temperatures as low as -272 degrees Celsius and as high as 150 degrees Celsius. These little critters can even withstand the vacuum of space. Next, we have a fact that seems to have been ripped straight from a science fiction novel. The human brain operates on just about 20 watts of power, equivalent to a dim light bulb. Yet, with this seemingly insignificant amount of energy, it performs complex tasks and processes information at an astonishing speed. Speaking of the brain, here's another fascinating tidbit. The human brain can store up to 1 quadrillion pieces of information. That's a 1 with 15 zeros, more than the number of grains of sand on all the beaches on Earth. Our next fact brings us back to the realm of the bizarre. There exists a mushroom, the Amorphophallus titanum, that produces a smell akin to rotting flesh to attract insects for pollination. This giant flower, also known as the corpse flower, can reach heights of up to 3 meters. Our final fact truly puts the dark in dark facts. There are more possible iterations of a game of chess than there are atoms in the known universe. That's a number so large it's hard to comprehend. And there you have it. A journey through the unseen darkness, the unknown depths, the abyss of truth, and the darkest corners of our world. Remember, truth is often stranger than fiction. Before we wrap up, let's revisit some of the most shocking facts from our journey. We've explored the unseen darkness of our world, delved into unknown depths, and faced the abyss of truth. We've uncovered mysteries lurking in the darkest corners and counted down the final chilling truths. From the existence of dark matter to the enigmatic nature of black holes, we've ventured into realms few dare to tread. And that concludes our journey of discovery. Until next time, keep your curiosity alive and your mind open to the unseen darkness that surrounds us.